We're back for episode 2, uh, Built by Passion. And today we have Steven as a guest. And in a little bit, I'll give him the floor to let him explain his story. And we'll get into questions in today's podcast. But first, I want to say is every car has a story, built with passion, forged through struggle, and fueled by dreams. This is where these stories come to life. The One Mini Podcast. It's your car, it's your story, but it's our community. Now I'll let Steven explain himself and where he's from.
How's it going, guys? My name's Steven, as you said. I'm from Venezuela. Currently, living in Utah. Been living in Utah since I was a child. But yeah, not that much about me. Just pretty chill guy, like cars, don't like to get into much trouble or get too much attention.
True that. So let's get into it. When you look at the car scene today, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
I would say shows, for sure. Main reason why it's been shifted a lot. I feel like not many people want to participate in races or take up more about races anymore. I feel like more people just want to make their car look good, stand out, something more nice, neat, practical, I want to say. Not gonna lie, when talking about this, I feel like back then it was more of a vibe because no one cared what anyone would say. Like we would have builds of like 4x4 Miatas, diesel swaps, whatnot. You can still see them now, not as often though. I would usually just think about like time attack cars, like a big win, massive win, just on a car, just because you like it.
That's
That's
true.
the type of like stuff like you would think back then. Now, I mean, like I said, like you can find those niche cards, but it's a totally different vibe.
Goddamn head. Give me 1 second. Headphones just dialed on me, and I need these headphones. All right, sorry about that. There we go.
Okay.
What's one part of the car community today that you really respect?
Anyone that doesn't get into overtakes or those kind of things, I really respect them. I feel like the people that get into overtakes are just the people that cause like 10 times more trouble for everyone else and make the car scene look bad. Like we're not people that want to trash streets. We're not people that want to go after cops. We're not people that want to go after civilians, to say in some way.
True.
We just want to do our thing. We want to be free. Like, I feel like those. Sorry, go ahead.
A lot of people are starting to go more towards the takeover scene, and I don't understand it. I really don't understand it.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's because, in a way, they feel like that's their way of saying, like, "Oh, look at me, like I'm free," or like, "Hey, this is my car and I'm cool." But way too much people get hurt. Like every single day on Instagram, I see at least one overtake video, and it's someone just getting run over by like some Corvette or like a BMW or something like that. Like it might look cool, but it's not. It's really not like not something that people should do. I feel like when we're talking about overtakes, sometimes I feel like people just want to go back to the old days. Cops like still care about them, but at the same time let them do whatever they wanted.
Mhm.
Because you will have empty roads and people will street race in there. And I feel like even that wasn't as bad as overtaking. It's still bad. I'm not saying that we should do it, but I feel like it was a little bit more control. Like we will not take over anything. Like we will respect anyone who would like pass around there.
That's true. And then, with takeovers, I don't agree with it. But if anything, go somewhere empty. If you go do it, just go somewhere empty where you're not putting people at risk. If you put anybody at risk, it's the people that you with. Take it somewhere private. Don't bring it to the middle of the street and take over.
Yeah.
So,
And that's how like many issues start too. And that's how like many people get in trouble just for having a nicer car. Myself, one of those, like I got my A6 like not too long ago. And people see it as a nice car. And it's I'm like, okay, as nice as it is, it's not $1 million car. I cannot go Mark 5 on this car. I'm not gonna go street racing anywhere. I don't want cops to stop me. I just want to do my own thing and be free.
I just want, bro, honestly, just do my own thing, bro, and just be chilling. Because I ain't got time being caught up in something that now I got to fight for my freedom. when I have freedom already, I'm not doing nothing to jeopardize that at all.
I mean, here's how I see it. I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. I don't want to pay for anyone's ticket.
That too. Like not putting that. Let's see. Actually, I want to change up a little bit. What parts of the community do you feel like lost its touch, like lost its like originality? Like what part of it we probably lost?
Um, I mean, I wouldn't say that it lost its touch. I feel like it's shifting more towards something else.
Mhm.
I feel like back then people would care more about tuning, going fast, making drift cars, making something that can entertain people in a different way instead of just showing a nice build. Because yes, many people can build something that might stand out from others, but not many people can make a 86 go 500 horsepower plus.
Yeah, nah,
Not many people can
true.
do what Mr. Smoking Nagata did back in his days. A build Supra with, I think it was like 600 horsepower, twin turbo, something like that. It was amazing. So I don't think it's that it's lost something. I think we're just shifting more to something more settled sometimes.
Okay, I
But
feel
at the
that.
same time, I feel like we're also dividing into, like I said, people that do
And
overtakes and people that
mhm.
just want to have some fun in a nice parking lot, just looking at everyone's builds, meetups and stuff.
It's funny you say we divided because I was really finna ask like, do you feel as though the community is more divided then than it was now?
But yeah, 100%. I feel like nowadays people don't want to see stock cars. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm all for stock.
Mhm.
Like even to my car, I told my friends, I'm like, I feel like I would just want to leave a stock just like it is. Like it's a nice car. It runs. It takes me from A to B safe. It does the job. But I feel like we all have our sections, or like the least the community has the sections. Just because you can always find those people that will do overtakes. You can always do those. You can always find those people that will like race in the highway. You can find those people that will do pink slips or bet on something, or you can find those people that would just have the classy, nice cars, and then of course the build ones. Like we all have our sections. We all have something that makes us stand out from the other, and I feel like that's why we're kind of dividing ourselves. Because if you don't like someone's build, like I feel like they will say it. I feel like they will dog on you for that. Meanwhile, back then it was more like, oh my gosh, I love like that build. Like it's a nice Miata. It's stock. It got nothing on it.
And I feel somewhere. I feel like it is getting more divided because, like you said, you got the people doing takeovers, and then you got the takeover community, you got the ones that's in the middle, like that they won't they won't do a takeover, but they don't mind takeovers. And then you got the people on the other side who just not supportive of anything dealing with takeover community because it kind of kills the whole car scene in
Oh
general.
yeah.
You do have people who want to keep their car stock, but change out the cosmetics, like make it like just build like a nice like show car
Mhm.
without the power. Because some people don't like all the power. Not a lot. But you have some that don't like the power. They just like the overall aesthetic of the car. So I feel like in
Yeah.
that sense too, it's also divided. So I feel like in that area too, it is divided because you got people who support certain things, you got people who don't support some things, you got some who support both, but you can't really be in the middle. It's either you support it or you don't support it because
Exactly.
one kills the scene while the other uplifts the scene. So you gotta put yourself in the and on one side of the fence, on the other side of the fence. There's no like in between with that.
I mean, sadly, there's not, because honestly, I like cars that look nice. I like cars that don't look so nice, but that are built for performance.
Mhm.
And I like those people that like the in between, that want to have some horsepower, that want to have something reliable, something functional, but at the same time that they make it look nice.
Very true. See, I'm here like it's an expression, so you just express it where that you want to express it. Like it's all up to like what it's up to you how you feel about it and how you want to go about it.
I mean, I feel like people are sometimes nice about it. And I say sometimes because in many cases, people just tell me like, "Hey, would your car suck?" I mean, it's not low on the ground, so I can go over bumpers. My suspension is a little bit stiff, so like it helps me when I'm like on the freeway just driving around. I'm definitely not 500 horsepower max because I don't need that much horsepower in Utah. I mean, especially in Utah, people go fast and then they think that like you're racing them.
Nah. Sometimes you're not, bro. Sometimes you just in your own lane, bro, doing your own thing, and then you got somebody on the side trying to race.
I mean, I'm not a kid anymore. I'm just like, dude, I just got off out of an 8-hour shift. I'm not racing anyone.
Nah. I'm just trying to get home.
Mm-hmm.
So how has the meaning of being a car enthusiast changed in your eyes?
I wouldn't say I'm a car enthusiast. I'm not gonna lie, because I have a car mostly for functionality. Um, the main thing that make me change my eyes on what a car is, it's living in the US. You need a car to go anywhere. You need something reliable.
Big time.
Yeah. But at the same time, the main reason why I like cars, it's because of their functionality. I like my small one. I like the Toyota 86 because it's small. I just like that I can fit in places. I just like that there's a big community out there that can support these cars. I just love how people like what people do to these cars. But
Respectfully saying.
what actually got me into like being an enthusiast about this would be the old Mitsubishis. You will see rally, you will see things tuned for street, you will see things non-tuned. Just a nice, reliable car that anyone could buy. And I'm talking about like Evo 4s, Evo 6, even the Evo 9s, I'm not gonna lie. They're really nice cars. I may not be all over the cars because I got other things in mind, but I cannot deny that I would like something that can potentially be better anytime.
Respectfully,
I feel
I
like
can definitely understand that.
I feel like when people talk about cars, they're looking for perfection. And the main reason why I say that's
You're not
because
wrong.
the main reason why I say that's because like you see many cars nowadays, like you have anything from diesel to electric to gas. And I tried a couple cars myself. I've had a couple A6 as well too, actually. I had a Evo 4 and I got into try a 240Z fully tuned. And I feel like everyone's trying to perfect whatever their car is. So for example, the Evo, it would have been a drift car. They put a full like transmission swap in the V6 turbo. What else? Rally suspension. It was built for drift. Meanwhile, for the 240, you had like a VA on that thing. And don't get me wrong, like, people would think like, oh, how can you put like such a big engine on a small car? The hood on it, like you can put whatever you want in it. But I feel like I said, like when you're talking about cars, you're talking about perfection.
That is true.
Like look like Pagani, Lamborghinis. Like you have all those cars. They're looking for perfection. They're
those
looking to be they're looking to
even
be at the
those
top
not
of the
perfect.
market. Yeah.
Yeah, even
Like
those not perfect.
even nowadays, like you can still find the owners or the CEO saying, okay, we want to try something else. We want to try something new. This failed, so like we're gonna come back with this. Like you can find Porsche, for example. Many people love the Porsche GT3 RS. Some people think it's perfect. I think it's a pretty nice car. I would love it.
Track wise, I can see why they say that. On the track is the track wise is perfect, but
Yeah.
outside the track it's not perfect at all.
It's got its flaws, 100% for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. This is why I want to say that it's not perfect. When you buy a GT3 RS, they give you two options. They either let you take off the wing or take it with you. If you need to have two options for that car, then that means you haven't reached perfection use yet.
That's a very solid point. So that's a very solid point because, boy, I didn't even know that, to be honest. Now it's something for me to look into.
I mean, I just saw and I was like, I mean, that's interesting. A car that many people say it's perfect like, can come on two different types. I feel like a car that means perfection, it's something that would take you to your own destruction.
Very, because no car can be perfect. If you're looking if you're looking for perfection of a car, you gonna keep looking because no car would be perfect. Every car is meant. Everything at some point meant to break. Everything at some point
Oh yeah.
meant everything meant to go wrong. It's a car. It's nothing perfect, and no car be perfect.
I mean, like let's look at the Teslas for example. Many people say it's amazing. Many people say, hey, it's a mom car, it's got space, NA goes 0 to 16, I don't know how many seconds. But then you look at the charging time, you need to charge that thing for at least 3 hours in order to just keep it at full.
That's very true, and that's I can't get into electric. Like I like it, but I can't get into it. It's just not for me.
That is, yeah. And here's the thing, if you don't have solar panels, that's not for you. Like electricity prices are gonna skyrocket.
So that's three bills. You got the car note, insurance, and now you got an extra electric
Electricity
bill.
on top of that.
Yeah, so that's definitely not worth it. So um, when you think back to the early 2000s, like what made that car scene stand out to you?
How imperfect they were, honestly. Like cars and imperfection are the best thing ever. And when I think about early 2000s, I think about rally. Like you had the Subaru 2.5 RS, you had Mitsubishi coming out with the Evos, you had the Salines, honestly, pretty nice cars. You had the GTRs,
They was.
and Porsche at the time was making really nice cars too. I'm not gonna lie. Even people compare them, GTRs against 911s. On a straight line, you cannot beat a Porsche. On a curve, you can do whatever you want with the GTR. But honestly, back when I look at the 2000s, all I can think is just Evo Force, Evos, all the way. That car is just everything. I mean, I know I'm glazing a little too much, but it's one of my favorite cars. Like if I could daily drive it, that would be my option.
Well, see, that's how I am with a car that I want, the 14 CLS. If I could day drive that car, I'm just taking it everywhere.
Exactly. I mean, and don't get me wrong, like back then people love luxury, people love personality, people love something new. And that's what these cars were. Something that no one else has done before. You had amazing engines like the RB26. Was it? I think it was the RB26. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not a whole Nissan fan, as you can tell.
I'm trying to think. I'm gonna have to come back to it.
Yeah. But yeah, like you had amazing cars, you had amazing engines, you had everything from 4 doors to 2 doors, all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive,
Front wheel
even
drive.
oh yeah, front-wheel drive if we are talking
Hate front
about
wheel drive.
Civic. People like it. I feel like it's just a pain. That's actually how I lost my first car. It was just a snowy day, front-wheel drive car. I was like, okay, I'm fine. I don't need to do anything to the car. Like, we just get going to work. Couple seconds later, I just found myself just sleeping. And I was like, I swear, if I had a rear-wheel drive car, at least I probably would have been able to like drift somewhere. Or like try to move somewhere else. With a front-wheel
That is
drive car,
true.
you just sit there and you just wait for the impact.
Yeah, that's front wheel drive cars, man. It's no, it's no fun in those cars at all. But how do you feel like the style of cars and the creativity they had back then? Do you still see it now?
Now, people like something more minimalistic. Like I said, back then you find something with big wings. You find something without a hood. You find something, I don't know, missing a back bumper, something like that. You can see some of that stuff now, but like cars back then were like 10 times more beat up just because they wanted more performance. Cars back then will have like, I don't know, seats stripped out because you can find that, like, I don't know, that lightweight car somewhere else. I feel like people just lost that touch mainly because manufacturers are going a different route. I feel like people want to settle down nowadays. People don't want to be rebellious. People don't have that same passion. They have a total different thing they're pursuing now. Whether that's looking nice or just, like I said, trying to find perfection on something imperfect. I think that's what people are trying to look for most of the time.
I agree with you. I definitely agree with that one because if you look at, let's say for example, like Fast and Furious came out in the 2000s, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you look at how creative they got with day cars versus a lot of cars in today's space, you can truly see the difference between back in day creativity and today's creativity. Like it's definitely not the same. We got people who like recreate it, but 9 times out of 10, when somebody recreate it, they're just doing a design that already been done. They're just putting a little twist to it. But like I haven't really seen like somebody actually like a twist on it from like the early 2000s to now. Like it's just a huge difference in like the liveries, if you want to call them,
Oh yeah.
back in the day versus now.
I mean, I feel like also going on that topic, part of it it's the manufacturers. And I'm gonna take Mitsubishi because it's one of the biggest ones.
Right.
Take a look at the Mitsubishi dealerships. Like you are gonna find SUVs and that's it. Back then you had like absolutely machines. You had the Evo line, you had the Eclipse. What else you had back then? They came out with the Lancer, but that was more like a failed project ish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like people could find like, oh yeah, you had the Galant, the Mitsubishi Galant. I'm not gonna lie, one of the best cars out there. Absolutely stunning.
Oh yes. In high school. In high school, my best friend had one of those. And we
I
don't know
know
why,
that
but we used to love getting in that car.
I mean, cars back then were amazing, but now you find that people settle more. People want SUVs. People want something they can daily drive, something for the kids, or even something
Very
that's just more economy.
That's very true. Like if I feel like the people who don't like who's not in touch with the car scene definitely just want something that's just like more like more daily drive or more just like better for the economy or more like just reliable. So that's what they go for. But like then you got the people who in between, like they want to be a part of it, but then the car they got don't fit the scene. So you definitely got like the people that's like in between.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, back then you absolutely must have had like a whole lineup of cars that you can choose. Take Toyota, for example, you had the Toyota Supra, MR2, the old Toyota 86. If you were into trucks, I believe you had some Tacomas and whatnot. But you absolutely had a whole lineups of cars that you can just tune out. Like SUVs were existing, but not as much as nowadays. Of course, you can still see like the newer Supras, but it's not the same. You cannot see the MR2. You cannot see what else? You cannot see different like A5s or things like that. I feel like companies have decreased two-door cars over something reliable, something more electrical, I want to say.
I hate to say it, but I hope I, I hope it don't turn towards electric cars. I hope it don't. I put that just like that'll tank everything that like that we going towards. So I pray it don't go towards electric. That's just my
I
opinion
think
on that one.
I think the best company that's doing things right now to stop that it's Mazda. I don't know if you heard, but recently they came out with a new rotor engine car.
Master?
Like they just Mazda, yes.
Okay, Master.
I know. And not many people know about this, and I don't think many people want it to be like out there just because it's a rotor engine. Yes, they're known to not be reliable, but the sound, like the torque that you can get, the horsepower that you can get from those cars are amazing.
And then they have had time to fix it. The last time you heard of a rotary engine was in
Early 2000s, 1990s, 1980s,
yeah, I'm trying to think of the car my brother was talking about that we were talking about that
RX-8.
came with yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last thing I heard about with rotary. So if you had that much time to try to fix that engine and like dial it in and fix those things that were wrong the first time, I feel like going forward with it, you can definitely make a fun rotary nowadays, especially with the technology that we got now. You can definitely make it a funner car than it was back then.
I'm really hoping that they come out with it because I mean, not gonna lie, it looks like a regular sedan, but I do want to see the engine. I want to see it on action. I want to see it like competing somewhere.
Same. I
Hey,
want
who
to see the
knows?
same.
Maybe that rotor engine could be Porsche.
See, that's definitely a possibility. Honestly, that's definitely a possibility.
I know. I mean, I'm maybe talking big, but rotor engines create a lot of horsepower, and they're really lightweight compared to other cars.
You can definitely make some power out of a rotary engine. All right, so we go switch it up because
Okay.
you got companies going towards electric, right? Like got a lot of
hmm
manufacturers that's going toward electric. How do you feel like that affect like the car culture? You know, like would that come to the scene?
I feel like we're giving up passion. You can see the new, I believe it's Dodge. You can see the new Dodge just going fully electric on their Chargers and Challengers.
Man, I ain't trying to cut you off on that one, bro. But
It's sad.
like you had Dodge had the community like this. Like they could put out anything with a V8 and give it a name. Dodge was killing the scene with muscle cars. Like
100%.
I don't understand it. And when they dropped the electric car and they thought they could get the same response as the engine, bro, no, Dodge, man. Dodge killed the scene with that one like big time, bro. Like big time.
And it gets worse. Like, let's put speakers in the car just so it sounds like you have a VA.
Seen that video where they was doing so-called burnouts?
Yeah.
Bro, why the crowd had no emotion, the cars had no emotion, the burnouts itself had actually they're doing donuts. They was doing donuts around the speaker. But like, bro, it was just watching it, it was just like man,
Like, where's
this
the
not
motion?
it.
Where's like that vibration from the car?
The sound, the smoke, like
Yeah.
the not I seen the video and I was just like, it's no way Dodge thought that was a good idea to put that out and be like, okay, well, this is the next generation. Like, this is what's coming for Dodge. Nah, bro, like, take it
Take
back,
it back.
cause just take it back. And that also leads to like my next question is like, do you think electric cars will carry that same passion as an engine?
Now, if I'm being honest with you, if all the countries were to just say at this time moment, okay, we're going for electric and you need to get rid of your gas vehicles, we're gonna be like playing Need for Speed IRL. You cannot take gas cars away.
And then it's like, okay, so if they do go electric, right, and like every person just goes to electric, how as we as car enthusiasts or like just people who love to build cars, how can I build something that's electric? It's already too much going on for me to even touch the car. So the only thing I could possibly do to it is cosmetic. Other than that, the dude down the street got the same 0 to 60. The person standing next to me got the same 0 to 60. Like, if we grace, it's the same thing every time. So it's if you take the engine out of the car scene and you go strictly electric, I don't see the car scene being that number.
Well, here's the thing, it's really tricky, and I'm just gonna say it like this. There's always gonna be that one freak that would just manufacture its own parts.
Very true.
Like I could you not like who have Mr. Beast over here putting a freaking V12 on some like Mazda Miata from the 90s. We'll be like, hey guys, like we just bought this 1990s Miata. We're gonna put a V12 homemade into this, and then we're gonna make it work. I feel like that's how people will be.
Same. I like, oh, I think I did see somebody try to take a Tesla and swap it with a engine.
Well, congrats to them because that's the smartest choices they made.
I think I did see that. If I find it, I'm gonna try to show you one day. But I do think I've seen that because it just goes to my next question. It's like if it does go electric, like how does the individuality and the creativeness fit in that space?
Well, I believe you can see it a little bit nowadays because I've seen on Instagram like Tesla meets, as weird as that is. Like people will bring their Teslas, they'll have an electric car meet or something like that. So you have like, I don't know, pink Teslas, white Teslas, cyber trucks just going into meets and being like, oh yeah, my car's cool. Like no gas vehicles or diesel vehicles allowed over here.
They can keep that.
All for them. No one lie.
Yeah, all for them, they can keep that. I'm trying I'm trying to understand like the fun in that. Like if you was to go to like an all electric car meet, like, where's the fun in that? Like I don't see the passion. Like, even like I don't see what I would get from going to an all electric car meet. I don't see nothing though that like please. I mean, cosmetic wise, yeah, like you can build a nice car to look at, but like other than that, what I'm looking at,
At the end of
it's
the day,
just
you'll have the same software.
that's your neighbor, next neighbor. So it just be like I'm trying to think like a word for it. It just be like going to like a dealership and you just send just the different colors you could get. But not in the end of it, it's really the same thing with every
You-
car. It's no difference. So I just feel like if they trying to push electric and get rid of gas vehicles, but I just don't see that happening because like it's one, oh, you seen the thing with the Mustang?
It's
The
hybrid, I
Mustang,
believe.
I forgot the
Isn't it
name of that.
hybrid?
Yeah, that it's like a Mustang truck and it's electric. It's fully electric.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I seen it actually.
You seen the
I never
crash
knew it
where
was electric.
yeah, bro, it's strictly electric. Like, and this is my thing with the what what with strictly all EVs. When something trip out in an EV or when something goes wrong or something that's just currently just like straight electric and one thing goes wrong, bro, that whole car is done.
It's the end of the car, yeah.
Yeah, like just one small thing, that car is done for because that Mustang truck, I think it got in a wreck or it
Mm-hmm.
hit something, but it locked everybody inside the car and the car set fire.
Yeah.
So it's just something to like think about. Like all these
It's so
Teslas,
many
like,
issues.
yeah, bro, like I get it. It's like I get to go 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds is fun.
Mm-hmm.
That is fast. Like I'm not taking that from it. That is fast. Like you can go 0 to 60 in like 1 second. Okay, like that's nice. But if anything with this battery or this software malfunction in any way, I don't know how safe I'll be inside that car. I can get locked in. The what if the brake don't work or the gas gets stuck and it trip out, the wires trip out somehow. Like it's just like
Mm-hmm.
to think about when you go into a strictly electric. And then what if it gets to a point where cars are getting tapped into? It's just a lot to think
It's
about
the
when you go
it's the
towards
end of
electric.
it, yeah.
Yeah, like it's just that's why I don't.
I mean, I'm going over that topic. I don't know if you heard, this was like some time ago, but I believe even Elon Musk said it's easier to just total the car and buy a new one than to actually fix it.
Yeah, 'cause ain't one battery like 30 grand for one battery?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a brand new car.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
that's that's a brand new car. Um,
Like, yeah, like some electric cars are cool and whatnot. Like, yes, you got to go into your spaceship and go fast, but in the long run, you're the one that's gonna suffer.
yeah, I can't do electric. I'm hoping I'm hoping they don't try to make everything
Electric.
electric. Yeah, bro, because it'll kill it. Like the car scene already having a hard time with with dealing with like the groups because it is
Mm-hmm.
like I said before, it is divided. So the car scene already having a hard time keeping that name for itself because you got people
Doing all this legal stuff.
doing yeah. So granted, the easy way to kill the car scene is to make it all electric because then you can't like, doing dumb stuff because it's called electric. Like you got all these functions that will stop you from doing what you want to do, like takeovers. Definitely, they'll be gone because it's no fun in takeover in the car that's electric. That'll be gone. But at the same time, it's a two-way sword because they'll still kill the actual car scene for people who like actually like cars because
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like car companies should take a piece of Toyota and what they did with the Prius. Because, I mean, Prius back then were horrible. But I look
yeah.
at the new ones now and I'm like, okay, that's an actual nice car. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
Like, if I could have a Prius today, I'll be satisfied with it. Like, it's a hybrid, you still have like that electric but gas bar, but it's still reliable overall. And the best
Prius
part,
are very reliable.
I don't think it looks like junk. At least the
That
new
first
ones.
one, yeah, I was gonna say like when they
Perfect. Yeah.
first came out, yeah, no,
I know.
not at yeah, not at all. When they first
Don't
came
get me
out, not at
wrong.
all. But
I'm not saying that I like Prius, just the new ones.
no, and then to be fair, like I said on the last podcast,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen somebody turn a Prius into a smooth car. I mean, like you look at it and you're like, wait, that's a Prius, bro. Like I gotta still find a picture, but I've seen a really clean Prius. I'm just like, yeah, you would never expect that out of a Prius at all. So it's still like you can still take a Prius and still make it into something, but like I feel like once you go electric, you just kill like the whole. Because then you can't change the body panels because
Yeah.
you might end up doing something. If you try to do underglow on a Prius, then you gotta try to figure out how to wire it with that. So it's just it's really a lot when you go on towards electric cars,
I
in
mean,
my
and
opinion.
I feel like that's what it means to be part of the car community. Grabbing something that you like and making it into something nicer or nice.
Hmm.
I feel like that's what it's mean to be a car guy or a car girl or whatever we want to name it. I feel like as long as you grab what you want and just make it something suitable for you, you'll be fine. You'll be living your best life, whether people
Respectfully,
like it or not.
respectfully. So we go switch up again. We go ask some different questions that's strictly about like the car scene itself.
Hmm.
The first one is: do you think the car scene still feels like a family, or is it more of like a showcase?
Strictly a showcase, I'm not gonna lie. Like, yes, you'll find those friends that probably grew up together, just building cars or just doing something to their cars. But I feel like it's more just showcase, just to show and say, hey, my car's nicer than yours. I don't think, like I said, I don't think we're much of a community anymore just because we're all divided into whatever we're doing, whether that's takeovers or just parking the car in the driveway for like so many years. I feel like that's where we divide ourselves. As sad as that is, of course.
Same. I could say with like the dividedness. I feel the same way when it comes to it. Because I've been in the car scene recently a lot, and I feel like it's how can I say this? You will find you might find them car groups that's built like a family, like you, or you might
Hmm.
find just people in it itself who's not in a group, but who can still make you feel like you are part of something in the car community. But it's really rare to find that true connection with somebody or even a group nowadays because I just feel like everybody just trying to up the next person or oh well my car better than that person or oh look at my car other than that person. Like I don't feel like we value the just we don't value like the passion that we used to put into cars back then. I feel like that is slipping because oh I got the best route or I got the best this or I got the best that. I feel like it's like a now it's like either you found it or you don't find it. And most times I think you just won't find it because people just looking to be like, oh well my car better. Instead of like, okay, well that's nice. Like I can take something from her car or take an idea from his car or take just like look at something visually and then be like, well shoot, like that's nice. Like let me try to take that and put it with my car, but just in my own way. Now I feel like people just like, oh well, he did it, so I ain't doing it. I'm just do something else instead of like following like the like true passion for like what they like. I feel like we're not doing
Hmm.
that no more.
And honestly, I feel like when you're getting different, I feel like when you're just trying to make your car look like something that it's not, then that's when you lose the passion.
Bro,
Because,
that's very true.
how do I say this? A car is like A car, it's you. A car, it's your image. And this is something that I told my fiance at the time. This car's gonna go as fast as you want it to go, and this car's gonna go as slow as you want it to go. Meaning that the car is just an extension of you.
Very true.
So if you don't feel connected with the car won't move at all. And this is kind of why I like sorry, just shifting a little bit. This is what kind of why I like manual cars so much. Because I know that if the car stalls, that it's my fault. I know that if
True.
the car moves, then I'm doing something right. And I know that if I break something on that car, it's fully because of me. Sure, like the cars may have like faulty parts and whatnot, but it's always up to the person when you're driving it.
Yeah, very true. I
So
can't disagree with that. That's very true.
so yeah, so I feel like sometimes when you're talking about like showcasing the cars, it's more like, well, I have this exclusive 1950s tail light in my early 2000s car that you cannot get anymore. And just out of nowhere, like you try to up that person just because you have a rare part for your car.
Okay, so do you think competition and comparison has replaced passion in the car scene?
In a nice way, yes. Competition can just vary, not only like from championships, like actual car races, to small car races that people do. But what I do want to say is that looking back in the days, people were 10 times more organized than whatever people try to do now. Main reason why it's just I feel like people back then used to try to keep others safe.
Agreed.
And I don't know if you heard, but there's a club in Japan. It's called like the Midnight Club. I think it's what it is. But when I heard about them, it really stood up to me. This one thing that the leader said was, if a civilian gets hurt, then we're just disbanding the club as a whole. And
Yes,
honestly, I feel like that's really mindful. I feel like it's something nice that the car community thought about, or they thought about.
that is true.
Because,
Because
oh,
I'll
sorry, go
cut
ahead.
you off. That just shows that shows that group and that community has morals. They stand for something. So like they not they're not putting their agenda over the general public. Like it's just like we stand for this. This is what we go for, and like we're not here to do anything to hurt anybody or to cause harm to anybody. Like that, I thought that group is the definition of like a true like family group. Because again, they have morals, they have a vision that they stand for, and then they have a goal that like they go keep intact. So if it ever does happen, then they take credit for it and they take responsibility. And like most groups not doing that.
I mean, it's called being human, honestly.
Hmm.
Like if you hurt someone and you had in mind that, hey, I'm going fast today, I'm going to try out this 800 horsepower car today, and I want to race it with all my friends. You need to take responsibility of whatever else happens around.
You do.
And you need to be mindful that once you step on that car, you could be dead anytime. I feel like
That's
always
also true.
keeping yourself down to earth is what makes people stay safe. Because as much as you want to go fast, you also cannot forget that you have a life, that you have a family, that other people have families. That maybe at this moment you're living your best life and you don't have kids, but the person next to you could have kids. Maybe the person next to you is just going to the hospital to see their wife in labor, or to see their mom who's, pretty old already. So I feel like that's a big difference nowadays, especially with takeovers. Like you'll see people just damaging the streets, uh, what is it, breaking down houses, the streets itself, letting stuff on fire. I don't think it's cool. I think it's just giving us more issues.
So to to touch on that, next question I was going to ask is basically the same thing you just said. It's with social media, like the new social media, as I feel like people people going towards the car scene more so for attention than the actual like passion of like the cars itself. cars is one thing, but like once you get into the car scene of it, like you truly see how many people like can bring something out in you that you didn't see in yourself at first. So I feel like with today's generation, I feel like they're just trying to go viral. They're just trying to make a good clip, or they're trying to be like, oh, like he was sliding it, or like even with traffic, like cutting up in traffic. I feel like that's what today's kids, not kids, but like today's people look for on social media is like people cutting up the takeovers, they got the fire in the middle of the takeover. But the one thing that people they don't take like into consideration is you doing this for social media or you doing this for the views and the clicks. But one wrong turn, one wrong tap of a bad tap of the gas or a bad tap of the brake, and you end up messing up your life, the person next to you, and possibly the person next to you or behind you. Like it's if you go be in a car and you go be doing stuff of that nature, like takeovers, like you just putting everybody at risk, even yourself. And then once you sit down, you gotta think about it. It's not worth it. That clip put in there, not worth it. Like you putting everybody else at harm, just like to go viral. And for what? Like okay, like it might get you like some followers, but the minute you gone, bro, like it's just it's done for. So it's they don't think about like how how dangerous it can be just
Yeah.
for that small clip.
I mean, and also touching onto that topic, I feel like people were still seeking, what is it, attention back then. I feel like people were still looking for validation. I feel like people were still looking for views back then, but not as much as of right now. I feel like people nowadays just want to be like influencers of, if I do this, then you should do it too, and this is why it's right, even though it's completely
True
wrong.
that. True that.
But I feel like back then was just totally different morals of like, do it, but at your own risk. Or this is totally illegal. And this is why you also shouldn't do it. But I'm doing it because it's me. So they'll, like back then, they'll give you those warnings of, don't even try it at home. And if you do, then just know that you're wrong for this.
It's just and like I don't know, like the car scene, today's car scene, and just like in general, like when you get behind the car, please know what that car could do. Don't just get behind the car that you don't know, like you don't know how to control it. You don't know the angles of how to move it. Like just because it comes with a lot. Like I said, I had a I had a BMW, had two BMWs, and then I got the car that I have now. No, I ain't saying I'm no saint. Sometimes on the highway, I like to, we all like to like just like get
Sure, the
like
traffic, you
yeah,
know.
it's one thing to enjoy the car, enjoy how fast it is, enjoy how like it moves, like easy in traffic. That's one thing to just like want to push your car just like for the feeling of like, cause it is real. Like you in your car, like when you get to like the right car, like you do vibe with it. Like it truly becomes like a part of like who you are. So like when you get the urge to like drive it, like that's cool because like everybody do it. I do it. At one part time, me and my friend group, like when we was on the highway, like we did it. Like we was like in and out. But it was always safe. We're not doing like 140 in and out. But like we still like we enjoy the car enough that way we can enjoy it and like and keep it. But with how today's world is and how social media works and how it became, and I feel like most people are not in it for the true passion of cars. They're just in it to just make a name for themselves, or they're just in it to just be a part of something that a lot of people don't support. And I feel like that's why they go the route.
That's
And
right.
it it it's it just kill what every like it just kill how everybody builds stuff or how we're trying to get to where we're trying to go because of the things that people are doing now. So I didn't know. I think the worst part though is it's so hard to change it because if you stop one, there's always another one coming right behind.
That is right.
If you stop the next one, it's always the next one coming right behind. So it's hard to put a stop to it because it's always the next person looking for the spotlight.
And don't get me wrong, that's the nice and bad thing about the car community. Because if they take all gas vehicles away, then someone's always gonna stand up for that.
Yeah,
If they somehow fully stop takeovers from happening, then there's always gonna be someone trying to fight for it again. If somehow the whole world would change and don't have highways or freeways anymore, someone will always stand up and say, okay, I'm building one just especially for car people so we can go 0 to 200, 0 to 150. So it's a double-edged sword that's in anything that you can find beauty, there's always gonna be something horrible.
that's very true. And then, it's like, okay, so do you think like TikTok, IG, and YouTube changes the way people actually like come into the car culture?
Oh yes, 100%. I feel like when you come into the car culture, you have to look at yourself and try to think, where are you? Because I don't come from a rich family. So I know I'm not buying a BMW or I don't know, or a Pagani or a Porsche. Now, I'm also not from a poor family. So I know my limits. I know, okay, this is how I can save money. This is what I can do with my money. This is how I can invest my money. This is what I can enjoy with it. So when you're thinking about people coming into the car community, I feel like people need to look at themselves and say, this is how much I can shoot. This is what I can do with my money, and this is what I can do with cars that I have. It also feels like culture is a big impact on these things because my family has always had Toyotas. And even then, when I was like desperate for a vehicle, I told my dad, I'm like, hey, dad, what if I would just buy a Honda Civic? And I could you not, he knows me so much that the first thing he told me was, why don't you just wait? Like, this car's not gonna fit you. Because I was driving back then a Toyota Corolla, and trust me, I love that thing. And it's basically like the 8.6 that I have now. Of course, my 8.6 is manual, the Corolla was automatic, but still, it's about the same horsepower. It's about the same handling. This one's just rear wheel drive. But I feel like where you grew up and how you were taught, it's the type of car that you could be getting. If your parents grew up buying BMW, then trust me, you're gonna love BMW. Despite like all the issues that they might present to you. Even I even feel like sometimes when you look at YouTube or Instagram or whatever else that you look at, then you see people, I don't know, you see like for example the Japanese people. They'll have Supras, Nissans, Toyotas, anything but German. And they'll drift that. So that's their culture. For Americans, you can find just variety on anything. I feel like people over here just prefer going fast. So they'll have Mustangs, they'll have Camaros, they'll have Challengers. And I feel like people in Europe would just prefer something more BMW, Audi, if anything, uh, Peugeot. It's not really recognized around here, but it's out there. So just kind of depending on what you look at and what you see, how you grow up, it's gonna affect like everything that comes into the car community. Because you always are gonna have those people that will record themselves like driving recklessly. And then you're gonna have that one kid saying, all right guys, today's not like we're gonna do it. We're gonna go at like 12 in the morning. We're gonna drive this nice BMW, like hopefully we don't crash it like these people did. And I feel like that's something that contributes to a lot of things happening. Because if they say, okay, this is cool, this is what's going on now, then I need to do it and I need to try now.
Yeah, better go follow it.
Mm-hmm. As sad or good as that is.
Sad, to be honest, because I want to say sad. I just say like I just put it in this perspective. It's like a lot of people don't really like follow like they don't follow like they state of mind or they are easily influenced rather than have like a strong minded mindset because going back to what you said about the culture, I think the biggest one right now we can all agree on is Dodge. The Hellcats, the Scats, um, the Demons. Like when you look at them three cars, like everybody label them and everybody they get put as a basically they label. And if you in a car scene, you know what that label is, right?
Oh yeah.
So it's just like everybody try to follow. When you get into the Dodge side of the car scene, everybody already puts you in a certain category, and it's like not everybody fits that category. Like not everybody out here doing what you see most Dodgers doing. Like not everybody doing that, but most of the community is not the community. Most of Black community is easily influenced to go out and do the same thing that they see every other Dodge owner doing. Granted, Dodge made they kind of made the perfect car for that kind of like for that kind of like scene. So like it wasn't built for that.
Hmm.
But when you look at it, when you and I hate to say this, like when you look at it, like that car just fits it perfectly because it give you the power, it give you the sound, like visually visually put like it's the right car for that scene. It wasn't made for it, but now that the culture that's behind that car, like you get judged automatically when you go into car scene with that kind
I mean, I feel like the one that people usually judge would be the Hellcats.
of.
Because so you have a four-door sedan with 400 to 500 horsepower in it. Like, like, yeah, a little bit more ish, like
Yeah,
450 ish.
Hellcat pushed like 7.
Seven. Oh, they're not.
Hellcat pushed like 7,
But yeah, like you
and
have like sedans, like you can carry your whole family in there and you can just be like, all right, let's go on a run real quick. So you have mom, dad, and the kids on the back. So you tell the kids, all right, kids, just hang on there. Like we're gonna go on a nice ride and just push it all the way in.
yeah, so like Mustangs and VR1s, like them also at the top 3 when it comes to muscle cars, but they not labeled or they don't have like a certain group behind those type of cars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Must Mustang's known for crashing. That's all thing Mustang known for. So
You know,
like
there's oh, I'm sorry to cut you off, but there's one car that no one really talks about, and that would be probably the Vipers,
classic.
classic cars, but completely death machines. Like you're taking yourself into a coffin. No ABS. You get a car that's what 800 horsepower, if not more.
Hmm.
I don't know if you know, but the exhaust is like at the sides of the car.
Hmm.
So if you're not careful with that, you can burn yourself because that's all metal.
Easily, yeah, easily.
And I think that's something that people, or like a car that people usually forget about, because that's not a car for anyone.
It's not.
Like, I feel like that's more a car for like rich people that would just let it sit. And like I said, like you're taking yourself to your own grave once you just get on that car. Because if you're not careful, like if you're not careful, that car's not gonna be careful for you.
Not at all.
The car, that car's gonna drive as much as you want it to drive.
That's a car that you got to get in and you got to baby, not baby, like you got to know what you're doing
You
with that
gotta
kind of car.
respect the car.
Most definitely, you have to respect that kind of car because if you don't respect that kind of car, you went for a rail ride.
100%.
Yeah, Vipers are very
And
classic. Like they not talked about as much as they could be, but it's definitely a car that like people get in and they definitely respect that kind of car only because of like what it's truly capable of. So if you do get a Viper, like you have to like know what it's capable of, and you have to know like you just like you said before, you just gotta respect it. Like you just have to respect it.
like I said, it's not for anyone or everyone. Most people don't like it. I feel like it's an amazing car. And I love drifting, I'm not gonna lie. I never done it before for obvious reasons. But uh I feel like the Viper it's the most complete car that Americans have ever made. You have a car that's rear wheel drive, that can go fast, that can take corners pretty good. And honestly that it's somewhat reliable. I never heard anyone have issues with that car, TBH.
Same. Then again, though, they they do buy them and then they just sit. But I haven't heard. much complaints about a Viper when in terms of like reliable. Like I haven't heard anybody complain about it. But that's a car that you won't see, but then you will see. But then when you see it, you like, oh shit, like that's a Viper, like it's outside because they just so like garage kept, like you don't see them as much on the street at all.
I mean, you press on the gas the wrong way, and that's it for you on the car.
No, you're not lying about that one. Definitely not lying about that one. So now it's time where we're gonna switch it up and we're gonna
Hmm.
actually get to like we're gonna ask you about your car journey, how you got into cars, and basically like how you fell in love with the car scene and everything else that comes with it. So you think about your journey with cars. What does the car world mean to you personally?
Uh, Messy. I think it's messy. I think it's full of different people, some good, some bad. But I don't think it's for everyone, to be honest.
Very true.
Whether
I
you're
can
taking
agree
it in
with
a
that.
good or whether you're taking a good or bad way, it's not for anyone or for everybody. Talking about my journey, I started pretty young. I wasn't really into cars much. I was more into soccer at the time. But my friend, he was in high school. We met while playing soccer. One day he just comes out of nowhere. He comes to the park and he comes with a Mitsubishi Evo 4. And he just shows up. He's just like, hey, just buy a car. And I'm like, oh, cool, I guess. Like I didn't really care or anything like that, but it was a manual. So it was like, hey, I just shipped this from Japan, just got a new car. Would you want to give it a try? Me being 12, I was just like, it's a car, it's not that hard. the second I step in, I'm like, oh, it's a manual. Yeah, we can drive this. I never drove in one before. And I just started the car. And going on from there, I feel like everything else started. He told me like, okay, I'm gonna show you how to drive this car. I'm gonna show you what's done to this car, or like what we're thinking about doing to this car. And just to not go like on really depth on this, I learned how to drive cars by the age of, or I learned how to like really drive by the age of 15. Now I still needed to drive like horribly, just so people didn't knew that I knew how to drive. So the first time that I stepped into doing my first driving class, I just completely tried to like do bad because
All right, 1 second. We'll find out where he went, and then I'll get back to you. So give us 1 second to figure out what just happened. Maybe his phone died. In the meantime,
I am I in? Everything's good?
yeah, everything good. We can hear you.
Okay, guys. Sorry about that. Wi-Fi just went down for a little bit. But yeah.
All good, boss man.
Where was I?
You was telling us how it was your first driving lesson or your driving
Yeah.
school.
Yeah. Uh just to cut it kind of short on that end. Was driving a big pickup truck. Instructor was just getting mad at me because I was doing everything wrong, I guess. And I was like, I mean, that's fine. I cannot let these people know that I drive perfectly because then they're somehow going to contact my parents and say, hey, what's going on? Like, how long has this kid been driving for? Because you can tell a good driver from a bad driver, 100%.
Yes, 100%.
Me being already experienced on driving, I wouldn't want people to like call my parents just because of that. Because I already had enough issues with them and like me playing soccer and twisting my ankles that I don't need anything else.
Respectfully.
But yeah, keep going with the journey on the cars. Drove a Mitsubishi before, drove a Toyota 86. It was the one from the recalls 2013. Had to drive a 240Z. And it was more along the lines of I'm trying to have some fun. I'm trying to do something that's of my own. So I will often, or at least with the help of my friend and some other friends, because we will have like a little team, and we will try to tune these cars. The first mod that we did on the Mitsubishi was brakes. We got rainbows. We put them in there. We test them out, see how the car handles. And depending on what we wanted, we would tune it less or more. We would adjust things here and there.
Okay.
So that was like the whole vibe, or that's how at least I grew up. as far as like car goes. I wanted something that was reliable, useful, and that was fast. I want something that maybe didn't beat a Porsche in the straightaways, but that once I catch him in the turns, I'll be able to overtake him easy.
Respectfully.
So keep going on that. The main thing that I like about it is that we kind of created a community. It was pretty small, it didn't last too long, but it was just perfect. Everyone had their own teams, everyone was loyal to each other. How do I say this without outing people out? We will place bets on who had the best car. And when I say the best car, I mean who can handle the car better, if that makes sense.
It makes sense.
Okay, so when doing that kind of things, I feel like with a small group, everything was going amazing. Everyone was loyal, everyone was paying their bets. If you lose, you lose. That's that. Like, pay up does not have any issues. So when growing up, I feel like the best part about it was just enjoying it. Even though there's some complications on working on the cars, and even though you don't know how to work on it, so you have to let someone else do it. As long as you enjoy it, I feel like that's the best part of it.
It is.
I feel like also, since we all had different cars, because at least in my team we had an S14. It was S14 Lamborghini engine swap, something like that. Instead of putting it in the front, we put the engine on the back. I don't want to know how someone got a hold of that engine. I just know that they put it on the rear. They slapped that thing in there. The car was running amazing.
Say, if you got it, make it work. You got it and make
I
it work.
mean, I'm just a teenager. I'm just like, hey man, as long as you guys are doing you, and as long as we're winning races, and I don't have to pay for anyone else's stuff, I'm fine with that.
Without for the same word. So now we're gonna try to bring out like a different emotion.
hmm
What emotions does cars bring out in you?
I don't know how to describe it, but if I could say a word for it, it will be a dream. I want to say cars are a dream that people can chase for.
That's very true though. I can really agree with that.
I mean, doesn't matter whether you make it fast, slow, reliable, a 4x4, a snow monster, rally monster, whatever you want to do with it. I feel like chasing after that dream is the best way to put it.
It is. And then I'll put it this way too. Some cars, they don't got them. They don't have a lot of horsepower, or they do, or it's not the fastest, but it still feel fast to you. Or some people will look at it and be like, "Oh, it's just let's try to think." Okay, so I'm just keep it. I had a 325, 5 and a 535. Then I have the car that I have now, which is my V8, my CLS. But you might think I'm crazy for saying this, but I had two V60s, and that's both BMWs. But I enjoyed each car in a different way that the other cars couldn't give me. So I legit do get it when you say like the one word for it is like a dream, because we all dream different, but in some fashion, every dream still comes true. So like with the 325, that one it was more like a smooth car. Like I said, it wasn't the fastest, but it definitely let you get from one spot to one spot quickly. So like if I want to like have fun in traffic with it, I could. Because it's a BMW, so it's still sporty. It's maybe not fast sporty, but it still gives you some kind of like a sporty feel to it. So with that car, I enjoyed it. And then with the 535, obviously it's twin turbo, so you can do more with that car. Like even though it wasn't slow, I can't say it was slow, but like just the feel that every car gives you, it does. It's just like you get to live out different emotions with different cars.
Exactly. So yeah, yeah. I mean, there's not exactly a way to say how this stands out, but yeah, it's just basically a dream.
Yeah,
We all live it
respectfully.
differently. We all go our own pace. As long as we make it there, I feel like we live in the train.
That's bro. And I couldn't agree more with you on that one. So, what's the most important lesson cars taught you about yourself and life?
The most important lesson I would say, have personality, honestly. Drive a BMW is to have a total different personality from driving a Subaru to driving a Toyota to driving a Mitsubishi to driving whatever else you want to drive. I feel like each car has their own personality. Doesn't matter what engine they have, doesn't matter what suspension they have, doesn't matter what type of tires you put in it. They all have different personalities. Whether that's good or bad, I'll leave that up to people to decide. But the car that you bought yesterday is not gonna be the same car that you drive today.
Bro, and that's honestly very true. Like every car does have its own personality. So like it's like you can learn. It's weird to say, but it's like you can learn. Like it's just like meeting new people. Like you can learn something from every person. Like with a car, like you can learn something from like every car. So every car definitely has its own personality.
Exactly. And every time you're gonna drive, it's not the same story. Like
Not at all.
you come home super happy, you come home exhausted, you come home sad. The next day could be the same thing. Still sad, still happy, 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 sad, mad. The drive's not the same. The car is. You are still the same person, but maybe the next morning that car will not drive the same because you want to drive slow or because you want to drive fast. Even though it's still taking you from A to B, you're still going from with that car from A to B. Maybe you're not going from A to B anymore. Maybe you're going A to C or C to D. It takes you different roads. At the end of the day, a car, like I said, like I always said, the car is just a reflection of who you are,
So
where you are in life.
I definitely agree with that. So before I let you go, I asked everybody I have on the podcast if you could put one message on the billboard for the car community, what would it be?
What would we? What would be? Let's see. I'll say we want to be free. We don't want to be pushed around. We want to do what we want to do. Live life, not disrespecting anyone.
Yes, that's definitely true. Everybody want respect, but everybody don't want to give respect.
And it comes and goes. Honestly, like you get what you deserve, and you're treated how you treat people. If you're a good person, you're gonna get treated good. If you're a bad person, you're gonna get treated bad. Now, sometimes if you're a good person, you're still gonna be treated bad because those people don't appreciate that you're being nice to them or something. At the end of the day, I feel like respecting others is what's gonna get you somewhere. It's what's gonna make you stand out from the other people.
Exactly.
Whether you have a small or big community, you need to be respectful to everyone. You need to let people do what they think they want to do. You need to respect their choices, even though they might not be the best ones or the best ones.
True. That's very true.
At the end of the day, we're all adults. We got cars. Doesn't matter if it's the same or different. We all drive different. We all, at the end of the day, we're all on the road. Like we're not much different from each other
Not at all.
as much as people think.
Not at all. And I feel like a lot of people relate. Like a lot of people have a lot of things in common. Like a lot of people went through the same thing, but a lot of people handle it in different ways instead of like having an open mindset. Some people mindset closed over they don't let in different perspectives or they don't let in different opinions. So you can have people that's going through the same thing you're going through that knows how it feels that can be there for you. But I feel like as humans we block it out in fear of what can happen or just in fear of it happening again to us. Like sometimes we can get in our own way and block our own blessings by having a closed mindset. So I definitely agree with what you're saying. But
Yeah.
I thank you for coming on today. I thank you for being a part of this growing community. And I thank you
Thanks
for
to you.
taking your time. I really appreciate you taking your time out to be a part of this podcast. Um, I just really appreciate you coming on and telling your story and giving your opinion about everything that's going on in today's community. And I'm just hoping like we can take this episode and build up of it like the first one and just keep building together. I
Of
hope
course.
that hope from here on out like we we keep having podcasts, people tell their story. I just hope we can keep building this community in the right way it's supposed to go. And we're gonna stay in touch because I am gonna give you a shirt also. So
Thank you.
after we end the podcast, I'll show you all the designs that we have. I have one on now. It's a picture on the back. I'm not gonna show it yet. I'll just tease it, but this is one of the logos. This is like the main logo, but I also have like a
Okay, okay.
neon.
Ooh,
I'll be showing you shortly. After this, DM you, and we'll pick out a shirt and I'll get it for you. But again, before I
perfect.
let you go, I want to say thank you for your time. I really appreciate you. We're honored to have you on the podcast today. And if you ever want to come back, you're welcome to come back and talk again. I'm gonna start doing Twitch for like just days where as a community we start and come on, we talk to each other and we do like that. So if you want to join that too, you're welcome to join. I have a Discord for everybody. If they want to join Discord, I'll put it somewhere in the link for you to go and join that. But we thank you, Steven, for giving us another podcast to get the people. And hope you have a great day.
You too, Eric. Have a good day.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
So that is it for the second podcast. Again, I appreciate everybody who came out. I appreciate everybody who listened. And at the end of the day, it's your story, it's your car, but it's our community. It's our connection. It's how we stay connected. It's how we build a car community to be better for the people coming up, for the smaller kids who enjoy the cars the way that they meant to be enjoyed. So again, I thank you. This is Eric Brown, your host, and this is the One in the Podcast, signing out. Have a great day.